Welcome, I'm Dr. Melina Roberts, and I want to talk about some hidden places that you can find industrial oils. And industrial oils are the oils that cause inflammation in our body, and really we shouldn't be consuming. So there's hidden places where we can find these industrial oils even when we think we are eating healthy. Now, one of those major places that I remember first seeing those industrial oils was in salad dressing. So you are consuming a salad that has lots of green vegetables, super healthy, and then you pour a salad dressing on just to add to the taste. And when you look at the ingredients on that salad dressing, sometimes you can see, and I'd say oftentimes, most of them contain these industrial oils that we want to be removing from the diet. So some of those industrial oils are oils like sunflower oil, safflower oil, soy oil, corn oil, canola oil. So these are oils that we want to be avoiding in our diet. And sometimes these industrial oils are making their way into our foods. And the challenge with this is that they are causing inflammation in our systems. And the thing is that they are also becoming part of our cell membranes and decreasing the integrity of our cell membranes. And this will decrease the integrity of how our bodies function. So that's one place, is salad dressing. So make sure you read through the labels and try to avoid these industrial oils. Now, another place that you can find them even when you're trying to be healthy is in gluten-free snacks. So there's lots of great tasting gluten-free snacks. I wouldn't say that they are nutrient dense in any way, but sometimes when you're gluten-free, you occasionally want a treat. And there are different kinds of treats that are gluten-free, from cookies to crackers to wafers. And the challenge is that when you look at that label, a lot of them have these industrial oils in them. So you got to be really careful to read the labels and try to be avoiding those industrial oils. Now, another place that I've seen them is in sauces. So this can be different sauces that we cook with, like tomato sauce. There's a sauce that I really liked. It was a butter chicken sauce, but when I looked at the ingredients, it had some of those industrial oils in them. And there's things like mayonnaise has most of the mayonnaise is out there. Actually, the main part of that mayonnaise is canola oil. So it's an industrial oil, which makes this an unhealthy food for us to be consuming. So there are a lot of different sauces that we want to make sure that we avoid. Now, another thing that we may be consuming are things like dips. So there is a hummus dip that we will frequently use in the house, and when I looked at the ingredients on this hummus, it had industrial oils. So this is us trying to be healthier, and we see that there's still industrial oils in these healthier foods and healthier options. And this is where we as the consumers need to be demanding from the food industries, even the healthy food industries, that they need to be removing these industrial oils from the foods. And it's not until we, the public, start to demand it that those changes will be made. So we need to be reading those labels and only purchasing things that don't have the industrial oils in them. And I think you start to see that in terms of things like potato chips, right? So a lot of the potato chips are made with like a sunflower oil or a canola oil, but now you're starting to see some of those potato chips that they have avocado oil. So they are making the switch. So we're seeing it happen in the industry. We just need to demand it of more of our foods. Now, another place where we can have those industrial oils are things like chicken. So even if it's organic chicken, if that organic chicken has been fed soy or corn or canola oil, these are making the fats of this chicken unhealthy because it has that industrial oil that when we consume it, we are now consuming these industrial oil. So this helps to re-emphasize that concept of not only we are what we eat, but we are what we eat eats. So it's very important that we understand what the animals are eating that we are eating, because that's going to influence the composition of that meat, and then that's going to affect our health. So we want to be choosing chicken that has not been fed GMO crops like corn and soy and canola oil. Now, another surprising food for me was seaweed. So we love to eat seaweed in our family, and what I was surprised to see was that when we looked at the label of that seaweed, there was industrial oils in that seaweed, which then makes it an unhealthy snack as opposed to a really healthy snack for us to be consuming. And another one that I'm seeing is chocolate. So one of my favorite foods is chocolate for sure, but it saddens me when I look at the label of a lot of the chocolates and they have those industrial oils in them. So those industrial oils we want to be avoiding. So there are some chocolates out there that don't have those industrial oils, so it makes it so that I still can consume chocolate. So this is a really important thing, right? So we want to be reading the labels and making sure that we remove those industrial oils from our diet and decreasing that inflammation. Now, one of those other hidden places that industrial oils are in restaurants. And that's in restaurants with fried foods. And those fried foods can taste really good, but they will be fried typically in industrial oils like a canola oil, and this can cause a lot of inflammation in our systems. And I know sometimes this is a challenge for us, is that we will be trying to consume gluten-free foods, and we'll be asking about the French fries or the sweet potato fries, and we first of all want to make sure that there's no cross-contamination, because if they are in the same fryer as something that contains gluten, then we can have some cross-contamination, and there can be some gluten that ends up in those French fries or those sweet potatoes. But sometimes they are cooked separately, and we're like, oh yay, we got a food that's gluten-free. But the challenge is that they're fried in a canola oil typically, which is an industrial oil, which would still cause inflammation in our body. So ideal would be kind of going back to the old days where they used to fry things in lard, which people are surprised to hear, but that used to be the norm in restaurants, that's what things were fried in. And then you don't have the industrial oils that you're taking in that inflammation. So, these are some places where I find they are hidden places for those industrial oils, and we want to really be avoiding them if we really want to be eating healthy. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I encourage you to share this with your friends and family, to press the like button, to make a comment below, and until next time, continue to learn, grow, and build health.